Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ryan here from Game Essays. If you're new to this channel, it's all about covering my favorite game series, which is The Legend of Zelda. So it is a new year. It is now officially 2022. So I wanted to take this opportunity at the start of the new year to let you guys know not only what games I'm looking forward to this year, but what games maybe outside of Zelda that I might be covering on this channel, because either it's something I'm just really excited for, or I think that fans of Zelda would be interested to see some stuff about these games. I'll also give a little bit of update on to what you can expect from the channel in the near future, and also a little bit towards later in the year. So I'm just going to get started first letting you guys know what games I'm excited for that are supposed to be coming out in 2022. Obviously, that's not a guarantee. Of course, I'm going to be talking about Breath of the Wild 2. That is expected to come out in 2022. You know, we will have to see about that one, but fingers crossed it does come out this year. So I'll let you guys know a little bit later in the video what my plans are for when Breath of the Wild 2 releases, hopefully this year. The first game I want to actually talk about is Pokemon Legends Arceus. Now you can see just from my background, and I've done a few Pokemon videos on the channel as well, I'm a big Pokemon fan, and I'm pretty excited for Pokemon Legends Arceus. A lot of people are actually comparing trailers from this game to footage of like Breath of the Wild trailers and stuff like that. From what I've been hearing from rumors and stuff, it's probably going to play more like a Monster Hunter game, although I don't really have a lot of experience with that series. It's going to play more like Monster Hunter from what we see, more so than a Zelda game. So really, we could call this Pocket Monster Hunter? Yeah, okay, that was a bad joke, but I'm very excited for this game though. Ever since the release of Pokemon Stadium back on the N64, I've really been dying for a truly ambitious console Pokemon game, and I think we've yet to get that. Sword and Shield wasn't exactly, I think, what people expected as the first step for a console Pokemon game, and I think Legends Arceus is really a step in that direction. So what are my plans for this game? I do plan to at least do 2 videos on Pokemon Legends Arceus. That is a first impressions video, so I'll probably, when it first comes out, I'll play it for a few hours and I'll let you guys know what I think, just so, you know, when the game's fresh, if there's people who are still on the fence about buying it, I can hopefully help those people out by just giving you an idea of what I think of the game, you know, within the first few hours of it. And then eventually I do plan to do a formal review of the game as well. It's not going to be within the same depth that I do my Zelda series reviews. Those take a very long time, and there's a lot more that goes into breaking down each aspect of the game. It'll more than likely be a little bit of a more casual review, but it will be about everything about the game. So it may not be some 40-minute video review. It'll probably be closer to 10 to 15 minute, just break down what I like about the game, what I don't like about the game. But yeah, plan to do, just as a recap, first impressions on Pokemon Legends Arceus and a full review of that game, because I do feel like if people do enjoy Breath of the Wild, it still might be something they're interested in, even if it is going to play more like a Monster Hunter game. And of course, if you like Monster Hunter and Pokemon, then this is probably just like the ultimate win for fans out there. The next game I'm excited about is Elden Ring. I'm a fan of From Software and their games. I'm not amazing at them. I really enjoyed Dark Souls 1. I still need to play Dark Souls 3, but I've also played a little bit of Sekiro. And Elden Ring just seems like a really cool game. George R.R. Martin was involved in the story, and I was a big fan of Game of Thrones. Too bad Season 8 was a huge disappointment, but that is, you know, that's in the past at this point. So this is a game I'm probably not going to do any content on the channel about it, unless there's something that really, really compels me to, but it is just something that I'm excited to play. Like the true millennial I am, the next game I'm excited about is Hogwarts Legacy. Now, I'm far from the biggest Harry Potter fan. I actually only read a few of the books, but I did see all of the movies. But I've always kind of wanted to see a game like this where you really just create your own character that exists within the Harry Potter universe, and you can do, you know, build your character how you want to and play it how you want to. It seems like a very exciting game, a game that a lot of people have been waiting a long time for. I think it was supposed to release last year, but ended up getting delayed So hopefully this is a game that does come out this year, and I'm pretty excited to play it. I think it will be available on PS4, so I will be able to play it. If unless I get a PS5 by then I'll play it on the PS5, but I'm happy to see that this game will be on the previous gen as well, because I was a little worried it was going to be exclusive to next gen. So I'm only going to mention one more game I'm excited for in 2022. Trust me, there's more that I'm excited for, there's more that I'll play, but these are just the ones I wanted to mention in this video. But that is Sonic Frontiers. And this is another game where you see the trailer and you're like, oh man, they were definitely inspired by Breath of the Wild. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'm just super curious how some of these games like Sonic are going to take the inspiration of Breath of the Wild and breathe new life into a franchise like Sonic. I'm not the world's biggest Sonic fan. I've played some of the classic ones and I've played Sonic Adventure and things like that, but I've not played some of the more modern Sonic games. But this is the first Sonic game in a long time that I've looked at it and I've actually been legitimately excited for it. And that kind of brings about this discussion about, I talked about Pokemon Legends Arceus and Sonic Frontiers being inspired by Breath of the Wild. So if there's other Zelda clone like games or Zelda inspired games, or even just games that maybe weren't inspired at all but play similar to Zelda that you think I should check out and maybe it would make for a great video, definitely let me know. Because there's games like Okami that are definitely Zelda-like that I played a little bit of, but I haven't gone back to. So please let me know if there's any Zelda-like games you'd like me to talk about down the line. And of course, I did mention Breath of the Wild 2 at the top of the video. I will be doing content on Breath of the Wild 2 this year, assuming it comes out. I mean, I'll do content on any trailers and stuff we get along the way as well. Anything that I feel like is exciting and worth talking about. But let's say Breath of the Wild does release in 2022. What is my plan for the game? Well, I think it'll be similar to Pokemon Legends. I will do a first impressions video just to let you guys know how I feel about the game right out of the gate. And of course, I will also do my full Zelda ranking series style review of the game. And if there's any other videos along the way that I just feel inspired to make, I will make them. But at the very least, for Breath of the Wild 2, I will do that first impressions video, and I will do a formal review like I've done with a few of the other Zelda games. I'm working my way through the whole series, but we'll have a release date for Breath of the Wild 2, so I'll know whatever review I'm working on previous to that. I will make sure to finish that up and be ready for Breath of the Wild 2. And if worst case, I will put whatever other review I'm working on aside so that I can work on the Breath of the Wild 2 video. So I covered the games I'm excited for in 2022, but for the back half of this video, I did want to give you guys an idea what to expect in the next few weeks from the channel. By the time you're watching this video, if you're watching it right around when it was recorded, I'm probably on vacation, but I will have some videos kind of lined up for you while I'm away, but I'll also let you guys know what's coming down the line in the next few weeks. First and probably most obvious, we have the Ocarina of Time randomizer. So that's going to continue at the same cadence you've been seeing it, and that will end once the playthrough is over. So it may take a while, it may only take a few more episodes. Who knows? Randomizers, you really can't predict it. That's why it's random, right? Then about a week from the date that this video is being posted, I'm going to have a tier list on which Zelda games have the best dungeons. So I'm going to rank all the Zelda games based on their full lineup of dungeons. So even though, hey, you might think the Stone Tower Temple is the best dungeon in all of Zelda, we're going to look at all of Majora's Mask's dungeons and compare them to the other games, etc., etc. So I'm excited for that one. Then another video I've talked about in a community post previously, I have a video that is more of like a video essay style for Zelda that is going to be about why we know so little about Hyrule's planets and about why don't we know more about the other lands that exist on Hyrule's planet. And it's going to be looking at it from a development side, like why has Nintendo kept Hyrule's world so small, that angle to it, not necessarily like an in-universe explanation to those questions. So that's something where the script is done, but I still have a little bit more work to do on the whole rest of the video, but that should be coming in the next few weeks. And then finally, I want to thank everyone who's helped out in the community post, because you helped decide the next review I'm doing for my Zelda ranking series. And if you haven't seen that post yet, it is Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess will be my next ranking every Zelda game Zelda review. So that's where I go through story, dungeons, every aspect of the game, and I rank it from 1 to 5, and then we compare it to all the other games I've rated, and we keep going until we rate the entire list of Zelda games. So that is the next review. That's probably not going to come out until maybe March. Those videos take me quite a long time because I have to do the whole playthrough of the game. Then I write the whole script, and then editing that and parsing through all the footage, because I record the whole game basically so that I have everything if I ever need it later. So yeah, it takes a while to do those reviews. So I'm thinking probably around March, because like I said, for the third time, I am going on vacation. I haven't started the Twilight Princess playthrough yet, so it's going to take me a few weeks, to casually play through the whole game, and then I have to write the script, etc., do all the editing, blah, blah, blah. So that takes a while. It's going to be a few months before that video is out. And with things like Pokemon Legends Arceus coming out, I might have to shift gears to that for a little while before I can come back to Twilight Princess. But it will be the next Zelda review for that series. So thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. 2021 was obviously a huge year for the channel. We started this channel in 2020, but really 2021 is when this channel came alive, and I want to thank you guys for the support. And I expect 2022 to be a much, much bigger year, and I hope I painted a picture about what you guys can expect from the channel, and I'll tell you there'll definitely be more than what I've mentioned in this video. So thank you guys again for supporting and watching, and I'll see you guys next time.